show off the gains a little bit, you feel me? Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Devin, and today I'm gonna be discussing a little bit with you guys things that give me gender euphoria. And it's so weird to say euphoria instead of dysphoria because I'm so used to being like dysmorphia, dysphoria, all of the negative disses. But today we're gonna change it up to something positive. Before I get into that, make sure if you're new here, new as in not subscribed. Not subscribed is the caveat, not subscribed is the important keyword there. Follow me on Instagram, the tag is somewhere over here. Like the video, comment whatever the fuck you want to comment down below. And if you're interested there's a bug in here. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching from yours truly, a meal plan or a training plan personalized for your goals specifically, go ahead and email me, devindoescoaching@gmail.com in the description below. So without a further ado, let's get into the fucking video. Okay, gender euphoria, for us who may not know what the fuck that means, even though I doubt it, it simply means little things about your life, experiences, items that make you feel good about your gender, make you feel comfortable, make you feel valid, essentially. So first time that I actually did experience gender euphoria was refreshing as fuck. And this is gonna be like, you guys are gonna like laugh at me, right? So it was probably like a week after I came out to myself and to my girlfriend. I went to CVS and I purchased Irish Spring musty as fuck body wash. And I had to hide it from my dad because it's like, why the fuck would you be having Irish Spring, my daughter? Wow. And then I showered with that shit. And while I can 100% agree with you guys, the fact that Irish Spring smells like literal ass, it smells like men, okay? I smelled like a man, and that was like so unbelievable to me. So Irish Spring, thank you for providing me my first gender euphoric experience, okay? After that, my next experience of gender euphoria was getting my haircut. It wasn't the most awesome haircut. I'll put a picture of it somewhere over here. It was honestly a terrible haircut. For you guys who know that story, I had gone to my dad to shave off whatever that giant mess was, and he told them that he wanted them to cut my hair into what Pink had, the style of the pop artist Pink. So that's what we fucking went with, and I looked nuts for a good year before I shaved that shit off and then started to grow out my nice beautiful curly hair, okay? And it took a lot for us to get here, as you could tell by the previous photos, right? So but even though that haircut didn't really resemble me and how I felt, my shoulder just clicked, it did represent a more masculine appearance, which was everything that I was going for. Let's get into the list today of things that currently provide me gender euphoria when I need it, because I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all real quick, keep it a hundo, keep it a buck. Most of the time, I'm drowning in body dysmorphia. I feel like I'm not big enough. I feel like I'm not lean enough. I feel like I don't look like a man enough. I feel like my voice is not deep enough. I feel like blah, 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 blah. When these things do come about, when gender euphoria does come about, I really take a mental note of it. I sit in it and I try not to let it go, but it escapes me inevitably. So the first thing that gives me gender euphoria, and you could probably fucking guess it right now, I'll give you a hint, is being able to wear tank tops, okay? Being able to wear tank tops. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a fan of all my tank tops. I'm not a fan entirely. I'm not entirely satisfied with how I look in tank tops because I do have fat at the bottom, and sometimes when I move my arms back, I don't know why I would ever be doing this in like a public setting. If I'm like opening a door or leaning back or something, you could sort of see the fat at the bottom of my tank tops. So I'm not 100% satisfied with how I look in them. But I remember the first time that I did wear a tank top, it was a Champion tank top I got from Ross. Threw that bitch on and I was like, whoa. Like, I think the biggest aspect of it was my chest. I was able to see, you know, my pecs coming up. And this was like 2 years ago. So my chest was way less formed, but it was the fact that, you know, I did have somewhat of a chest there. So it kind of made me feel very good about myself. That is the number one thing that always gives me gender euphoria. It always makes me feel like, okay, I'm here, I'm working towards something, I've accomplished a little bit of something. It's a weird way to say that, but I've accomplished something already. So, you know, like I'm valid. The next thing that gives me gender euphoria, I kind of already told you guys, is getting my hair cut. This is the tricky thing about it, is that it goes both ways, right? So if I get a shitty haircut, it makes me feel, it drops my self-esteem way down, and it is hard for me to find a barber that knows what the fuck he's doing with my hair, because like I said before, I do have that mixed people hair and the texture can be hard for some people to work with, I guess. I've had this same barber on lock for about, I'd say, a year now, but the other aspect of that is my haircuts cost $35, which some of y'all are like, bitch, I spent $50 on my haircut. You need to get on my fucking level. I'm a grown man, pay rent, pay for my car, pay electricity, shit like that. So now also I'm way more pressed for time. I'm always creating content for y'all, Instagram, YouTube. I'm gonna get into TikTok. Comment below if you think I should get into TikTok. I get my haircut, I'd say once a month, probably like every 3 weeks at most. All that to say, when I do finally get my haircut that once every 3 weeks, it makes me feel like a fucking dawn. So the next experience, I guess, that gives me gender euphoria is something that I didn't experience until honestly a little bit later, more recently in my transition, and that is speaking to cis guys. Or obviously you don't know if people are cis. People probably definitely 100% think I'm cis, but I'm not. So speaking to what I perceive as cis guys out and about and getting acknowledged as a cis guy. Getting acknowledged as a guy, period, is pretty cool because being able to, I guess, sort of be stealth, especially when training, especially talking to the big ass motherfuckers in the gym, and they acknowledge, you feel me, like I'm not on their level, but they view me as an equal, which kind of sounds bad a little bit, but I feel like you guys probably get what I'm saying. Grinding your ass off, being seen as like, okay, it's a dyke, and then being seen as like, I was 20 years old and people thought I was like a 15-year-old boy because I looked so, you know, fucking young, okay, from not being on testosterone. So now getting acknowledged as a young man really makes me feel like good, like gender euphoric, like I'm experiencing it right now, just speaking about it. Also speaking to other guys about guy shit, like growing hair on my traps, how annoying it is to grow hair in places that really only men grow hair, and just complaining about being a guy, which is so funny because it's like I never thought I would complain about being a guy, but it's kind of like fun. It's kind of like experiences, like, oh, I have to shave my neck beard now. Oh, so annoying, you feel me? Like 2 years ago I would have fucking cut my pinky toe off to have to shave my neck beard. So it's kind of fun to poke fun at like being a guy, and just having those experiences with other guys is super fucking dope, and that certainly gives me that gender fucking euphoria. The last thing that I can think of for now, and I'm sure that there are other things that give me gender euphoria, but from the top of my head right now, would be dressing up and wearing cologne. And I have to give a little disclaimer because the last couple of times that I've dressed up, I've really not felt comfortable because of my chest, because we know I don't bind, but I do have that little bit of fat at the bottom, and I'll try to wear like tighter shirts, like a Henley shirt, or I'll try to wear like a dress shirt, and you can still see that little bit of fat, and it really kind of does, like, what's the word, like pop my balloon. Like it kind of rains on my parade a little bit to have that fat at the bottom. But needless to say, dressing up, you know, wearing a dress shirt, tuck that into a nice pair of pants with that belt and some dress shoes, putting that cologne on, having my hair cut, smelling good, being like a clean gentleman. Like I always looked up to Ryan Gosling in that movie Crazy Stupid Love, and how he was just like a fucking, you know, he was just like clean as fuck. You know, all the girls fucked with him. The guys thought he was cool. He was in shape. He smelled good. He looked good. He was just like a nice representation of what I always sort of aspired to be from a man. Getting dressed up, having my hair cut, you know, smelling good, shit like that sort of makes me gender euphoric. It makes me feel like, okay, I'm an adult man. Coming back to the thing, like I'm a young man. It's just kind of dope to experience that. I don't really do that very often, but those are things that honestly make me feel so gender euphoric about myself. You guys let me know what makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm that guy, I'm that person for real. Drop whatever gives you gender euphoria in the comment section down below. I'd really like to just talk to you guys. I really want the comment section to become more of like a conversation. I'm trying to, you know, fucking talk to you guys, okay? So if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with yours truly, interested in personalized meal trans, that's a Freudian slip. Personalized meal plans, personalized training plans. Email me, devindoescoaching@gmail.com, in the description down below. I'd love to work with you if you're willing to work. Put in that work, you feel me? Follow me on Instagram. The tag's gonna be on either side. And like I always say, Devin loves you, Devin's a Don, and Devin is out of here, boy.